I told you, lady, that I love you. If I didn't, darling, I'm sorry.
Been together forever, fuck the weather, she ain't never changed. If I lose, you ain't gon' charge it to the game. I'm the one to blame, pleasure over pain. Sorry that you came, put money over fame, never been the same. But I've been deranged, never went insane. All them darker nights, they turn to brighter days. Told you that I never leave your side. Yeah, you always on my mind. I know you down to ride. Through the winter, you a prize. Trophy in disguise, you know it's up, I never lie. Down is where they try to keep me stuck, but I'm up high. Pockets blue just like the sky, I know they wonder why. I know they wonder why. Yo, what's going on, gang? It's DSCO33. Welcome to the B.M.W Trader Podcast. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about music management. If you don't know, I'm an artist, right? I got music everywhere. I got music on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, got it on Tidal. I got music everywhere, right? Only thing you got to do is search DSCO33. Okay, now, when you're dealing with music and you're trying to get into the industry, you're trying to like become a superstar in the industry, you know what I'm saying? Like, as an independent artist, it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? Because you go through a lot of different things that you will only really understand when you're dealing with a label, or like if you've been in the industry for a long time, you got the experience, right? I've been rapping for like 5 years, and I've been trying to the main thing with me, I want to remain independent as much as possible. So what I had to learn how to do was own my music, right? And that's one of the main things, like when it comes to music, like you want to own your masters. Like you hear all the time about artists like having fights or having battles with labels because they can't own their masters, they can't get control of those. And it's like when you're developing as an artist, especially a brand new artist, independent artist, like your song might blow up tomorrow. And it's like, even if you're signed to a label or you're not signed to a label, you want to make sure that you own complete 100% right to that song, so that way every time it gets played for years and years to come, you're going to always get paid as well, and that helps you establish your residual income as an artist, right? And that's one of the main things. Like, as an artist, you won't get paid a lot. Like, you get paid for shows. That's one main reason that you always get paid for shows. But when you're not doing shows and like your music is like, it's just based off the streams. It's just based off of how many times your music got played on TV shows, like radios. Like, that's where money comes from in your music game too. So you gotta make sure you're on both sides. You can't just only do shows. Shows is like cool, it's fast money, it's quick money, but that quarterly residual money is also another way for you to always eat, like forever in your lifetime, especially as an artist, right? So first thing I want to go over is like just distribution, right? When you're distributing your music as an independent artist, like there's a couple different websites to use. United Masters is good. I released one song through United Masters. They pay well as well. DistroKid is another one that I've used for a while. I mainly use DistroKid. It comes with its own stock graphics, stock images, GIFs, and things like that you can use to promote your music. Because a lot of times, like your fans, they want to see visual stuff. Like they don't want to just see they just don't want to hear the music. You know, like it has a lot that goes into promo and marketing your song. Like making the music is like half of the battle, not even half the battle. Like I make music all the time. But how many songs have you really heard from me? I got like 200, 250, 300 songs like in the vault, but like how many songs have you actually heard? How many EPs have you actually heard? Like it's like you can make a lot of music, but like I say, it's about really developing your craft and developing your fan base too as an artist, right? So when it comes to distribution, you want to make sure that you're picking the site that's best for you as an artist. Like I say, United Masters, they pay well, things of that nature, and it's more so cheaper. And you do own like 100% of everything, just like with DistroKid. But regardless, understand like these streaming services, they're taking money from how much money you actually get made for your music as well. Like yeah, they're putting your music on all of these different sites, but at the same time, like you're not getting 100% of all of the money that stream is making. Even though it's not a lot, you're still getting a percentage of a percentage. It's definitely yours, but you're owed 100% regardless as an artist, because you came up with the whole song. Like you came up with the whole like feel, the vibe, the flow for that song. Like that's all you, not the distributor. You know what I'm saying? So like make sure you understand that as an independent artist. Like you want to find your ways to monetize your music on your own without having to go through so many distributors. Okay, it's important because mainly this is your money. Like, I don't want you to miss out on that. Like, this is your money as an artist. Like, you got to make sure that you distribute it in the right way. All right, another thing I want to talk about is signing deals. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't sign a deal because the deal fits you and it fits your, fits your criteria, fits your goals as an artist, do that. But as an independent artist, from my standpoint and from what I see, at the same time, I haven't been offered a deal.
Okay, so like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, man, I get offered deals all the time. Like, no, it's not the case. Like, never been offered a deal, so I wouldn't really know what that looks like. But just from my understanding and my just listening to people who are in the industry, like I got uncles that are in the industry. I know a couple friends that are in the industry now, and people that are DJs, like people that deal with this kind of stuff on the regular. Like, it's a lot that goes into signing a deal, and you don't really own majority of the stuff that happens, right? Like you get your show money or whatever, even though you get your show money, but you also got to understand that the label is paying you for a lot of things. Now, like I say, I don't know too much, but I don't make music to be controlled. I make music because I love making music. I make music because I like just love the process of that in itself. So that's how I want to release my music too, just off the feeling, and not necessarily because I'm forced to. You get what I'm saying? And like at the same time, that's how people have been getting used as, like, not necessarily plants, but they've been getting used as like slaves in the industry just because you don't own the rights. So like you gotta always perform when I tell you to. You gotta always drop music when I tell you to. Like if you don't, then it's like you getting into it, or you find like you gotta pay money just to even drop music, like, or just to even stay on the contract. Like it's a lot of extra stuff that goes into this like industry that you shouldn't have to deal with, especially if you're an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? Like you stay independent, and the way to do that is by owning your own songs. So signing deals, it's like, it's pros to it, but there's also cons to it. You get paid up front sometimes, but then the con is you have to pay that money back. All right, so like you don't want to always do that. Like, and now they got different, it's a lot of different kind of deals. You get 360s, distribution deals, like just label deals in general. And it's like all of them have, like I said, they have their perks, but it's about you as an artist and what you're trying to do and how you're trying to go about it. Because people can sign those 360 deals and you get a lot of like marketing, you get a lot of management, a lot of help with all of that extra stuff. But at the same time, like a lot of that stuff gets recuperated by that same level. Now, distribution deals, I'm not too sure of. We've been trying to create one with HausHill Entertainment just recently, and it's been going with it pretty well. The main thing is just about understanding the splits, like understand that the money is gonna come in. You gotta figure out who's getting it and whatnot. Now, as I was talking about before, when I first started, it was like owning your masters as an artist. Like you gotta figure out how to own your masters. And the one way to do that is by going through these performance right organizations like ASCAP or B.M.W, and that's how you would actually like get performance rights for your songs. And when you do that, that also like bridges the gap between you as just an underground artist and you going public with your music, like being on radios, TV shows, things like that. Like that helps you get all rights to your music. Like you get paid for all rights to your music. What I'm trying to say, all royalties they come to you through these specific organizations, but you have to create an account with these organizations, and it still costs money to do that as well. But it's important to you as an artist to make sure that you're making that money or that you're taking that step forward, because that's how you'll get paid in the long run, like forever. You know what I'm saying? Especially as you grow as an artist, the more your music is going to become popular. So it's important to actually develop these accounts now and develop your discography, your song discography now by establishing them through these performance rights organizations. Right? Like I said, BMI or ASCAP is like the main two, and then there's like Sound Exchange or HFA, which is the Harry Fox Agency. Basically, they collect your mechanical royalties, right? And it's mainly for writers without a label, mainly for independent artists. Like they'll come in and they'll make sure that you're making your money by collecting it for you, right? Whenever a TV show, whenever a radio, whenever like there's somebody who does a cover for your song, like these agencies, they'll make sure that you get paid for that as well. All right, so you want to make sure that you own your masters, and like I said, the main way to do that is to like register your works with these specific companies. That's how like the music is directly tied to you and not to the label itself. You feel what I'm saying? Like once you create that account, and you create that account with your name and your social security number, whatever, like now you own the rights to these songs because you're publishing those works with this company. Okay, and like I said, those companies they come with their own prices, right? So it's like you gotta figure out which contract works best for you. And that's the thing about this independent lifestyle. Like you have to realize where you're headed to as an artist, or like what you're trying to do as an artist, and that's how you'll be able to actually formulate the right path for yourself. Okay, so when it comes to beats, all right, when it comes to beat purchasing and beat selecting, you want to make sure that you find beats that are free to use, I always want to find like free beats. Like free beats are mainly meant to show the producer's ability, right, on how good their beats are. So a lot of times you'll go to YouTube and you'll find producers that are giving out free beats all the time that you can use for nonprofit use, right? Most producers just want their credit. They just want their credit on that song, because if the song blows up and that producer's credit on it, their tag is in it or whatnot, like that's gonna give them hella popularity just off of you as an artist, like doing your thing to it. So that's always important. Right, like if you're gonna deal with beats, you're gonna be buying beats off, or not even buying beats, but if you're gonna be just taking beats off YouTube, whatever, like make sure that you're trying to find the freest beats you possibly can. Right now, if you don't do the free beats, right, understand there's like different contracts with leasing beats. Okay, now when you're doing that, like you have to, it just depends. Like I say, on the song itself. A lot of times you just get the MP3 license, which is a cheaper license to get, but you won't get as many like. There's comes with restrictions. It's a lease, just like if you were to lease a car. Like there comes with restrictions on that car now. Same thing with this beat. Like you got restrictions. Like you can't really, you can't go over so many streams with that specific license for the beat. You can't go over that many like radio plays. Like same thing. Like can't go over too many music videos. Like with a premium license or like a unlimited license, you'll be able to do a lot more with those specific beats. Like with the limited license, you can do whatever you choose to do. You get as many streams as you want to. You get as many streams, many music. With the premium license, it's usually good pricing, about like 100 to about 150, and it usually comes with the stems for the track. So if it comes with the stems for the track, that allows for your producer or your engineer to like alter the song in a way for you to embody it more, for you to actually like take control of the beat more, right? When you're dealing with certain engineers and producers, they'll know how to like edit the stems, they know how to edit these sounds and like these sound bites and like actually tune them up a little bit more for you as an artist, right? And that's why you want to get the premium to an unlimited license. Now they're more expensive, but those premium and unlimited licenses, they come with no restrictions, like little to no restrictions, and you get the whole beat. You get more of the beat. With the regular MP3 license, it's cheaper, and you only get you get a limited amount of streams, like I say, music videos, things of that nature, and that's not really what you want to do. Like I say, as an independent artist, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie, like it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like get those MP3s, like especially like when you're just getting started, get the MP3s, because like then you'll be able to actually like send those songs out. You own the rights to these songs, like it's yours. Nobody can really take that from you either, because you wrote it and you basically produced it, because you own the license to that beat. All right. Now when you start to get like when you start creating a lot more songs, you feel like, all right, bet this is the one that's gonna blow. Try and buy the whole beat. Don't just like go without buying the beat, because the beat itself makes a lot of the song. Like I don't want to get too much into other people's business, but like when you start talking about like what happened with Juice WRLD with the Lucid Dream song, like it wasn't necessarily his beat. Like that beat, it was a sample beat, so he really couldn't get it clear. So what happened was like they copyright claimed him, and then he ended up having to pay royalties to that song to the person who made the beat. Now that happens a lot, but like when it happens, like see what happened to Juice WRLD. Like he blew up after that song though. So it's like it's a 50-50. Like yeah, you probably won't make as much money off that song, but at the same time, like you'll blow up because of the beat itself. So it goes both ways, especially as an independent artist. Like it'll take you to the next level when you don't pay for certain beats and they're really good beats. And you find that one song that takes you to the top. That's cool, but at the same time, like you want to own it. You want to own as much as you can, because that way nobody can take it from you ever. Last but not least, man, I want to give you guys a quick 3 to 4 marketing strategies, like whether you be in person, online, or just even starting the whole campaign, right? So when you're in person and you like want to start marketing your song, like you just dropped a song, so how do you market it in person, right? Well, let me break it down real quick. Marketing is important. It's the main thing, bro. Like once you make a good song, now it's about getting it out there to the masses. It's about getting it out there to as many people as possible. Because a lot of times as a beginning artist, nobody's hearing you, right? Nobody's listening to you. So like you have to be able to market your song to everybody. And the main way to do that, especially when in person, is just being bold enough to like ask somebody to like be like, all right, this is how I usually do it, right? In person, I usually walk up to somebody like, man, you got Instagram, or do you got Apple Music, right? Apple Music, yeah. Let me show you my song. Let me show you my EP. Boom. They're like, oh yeah, I like this. You know what I'm saying? This is really hard. I'm like, bet. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. The same thing. And that's always a plus. That's always another fan. You know what I'm saying? Every time you do that, that's how you build a base. Like just by being in person and actually meeting somebody, connected with the people wherever you go. Like there's always somebody that's gonna tap into you, always. But you gotta be bold enough and courageous enough to actually like put yourself out there. All right, that's one way. Then we're talking about like online. You gotta come up with like, I would say like, well, online you wanna always post. Posting consistently will get you where you want to go, especially like when it comes to building your fan base or building that awareness of you. Because you want people to be aware that you are an artist. Now, you want people to be like tapped into the fact that you make good music. And one of the main ways to get there is by always posting. Like post at least 10 times a day, post at least like 20 times a day on your regular story. But then even on your timeline, try and post like 2 to 3 to 4 times a day, because it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to always overpost, because then your followers will get tired of watching you, they'll start muting your story. But then like if you're posting at the right amount, people will always see it and they be like, yeah, I gotta go tap in, I gotta go check that out. And then they go check that out. So when you're talking about like a campaign that you're building for, whether it be a project or a single, or like you're doing what is it called? Like when you're doing a whole project with it's a collab project too, like even when it comes with producers or with other artists. Like when it comes to the campaign, like look at other artist structures and how they like did their campaigns, because I don't know, I look at J. Cole, like the way he promotes, he really doesn't do a lot of promotion, which is actually like the way I like to do mine. Or like you could look at Future, or you look at like Herbs, like how the way, like it's a strategy, right? It's a strategy on how to release. So understand like how your favorite artist does their campaign. Try and just like watch them and view their success story, like how they blew up in the industry, and then like work your campaign in a similar way. Necessarily like I say, dropping singles before you drop a full project, or dropping videos, like visual content before you drop a real single, like before you drop a real studio single or album single, whatnot. Like it's a whole strategy to it. But basically what I'm trying to say is, when you're starting your campaign, like try and take the past and bring it to the present, you know what I'm saying, for your own specific artistry. And then you got to figure out how you're going to attack online and in person, right? Because online is a different way. Like online, you want to try and like basically move in waves. Like you want to try and get more people to push it with you, promote it with you. When you're doing campaigns, like think of it like you're trying to run for president. Like you need people on your campaign team. Like you gotta have people with you that's doing certain things, that's watching your analytics, that's checking out your demographic, that's looking at the competition if there is any competition. Most of the time, your competition should just be what you did previously. Like think about trying to get more numbers than you did the last tape. And like that's all I think about when I'm doing my promotion. Like my first tape that I dropped did pretty good. It was still an EP, did pretty good, especially within the first couple of weeks. So I dropped this next project. It's like, all right, bet, how can I get even more streams within the first couple of weeks? And I did that. I exceeded the original tape, but it was just because I actually planned out a different campaign strategy, right? And that's all it is. Like it's a campaign, it's a strategy as to how you can blow up, but you have to devise that plan and just stick to it. It's like follow it all the way through, because 99.9% of the time, bro, nobody can beat you. You feel what I'm saying? Like you beat yourself every time. Like you don't gotta necessarily watch film to like beat the other team. Like the other team gotta still come and play you. So remember, like you always just gotta devise your plan, stick to it. Find people that's gonna work it with you though. Don't try and do it yourself, especially when it comes to this campaign. But when it comes to like just in-person marketing, like I say, you go up one-on-one, you know what I'm saying, talk to somebody, understand the value in networking, like actually connecting with certain people, because actually connecting with certain people, because that'll like build long-lasting foundation. Like those people that you meet on the street, or people that you meet in the studios, at clubs, like these people, like you never know where that relationship could take you. You never know where that bridge can lead you. So it's like you always want to just develop more connections, especially in person. Like get the Instagram, get the Snapchat, get the Twitters, you know what I'm saying? Like network. And then online, make sure that you still posting, like make sure people can see you, like you're the business, you're the brand. So always push your music as much as possible, or you should always post a song a day, like at least one of your songs a day. And if not, post people that you're tied to, like people that you've done features with, like post their music too. Like always push your peers, because like if one of them blows up, it's not gonna be too long before you do too. So make sure you stay like always like I said, always connected, always plugging in to like people that are rocking with you. And then when you're running that campaign, like try and find people that are working with you as well. Like you got friends, you got family members, like you got close relatives, like that'll run with you. So like put them in, you know what I'm saying, put them in position to actually make it as well, like to make money off of you, because you're the brand, like I said, you're the business. So remember, man, when it comes to you and as an independent artist, like you gotta start working towards owning everything, because like I said before, you're the business, you're the brand, so you'll make the most money from this, especially when you start to own everything for yourself. You own your own masters, you throwing your own shows, you got your own promotion team, like you got your own market and everything, like you got your own merchandise, like you're working this whole thing by yourself. And not necessarily by yourself, but there's no label, there's no upper hand telling you that you gotta do this, that you need to do this. Like you're actually coming up with all of the ideas because it's possible for you to do so. It's not like you can't, you gotta just sit down, come up with the plan, like take your time, like sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? And actually put the focus in for yourself and your business. Because as an artist, like I would rather stay independent, mainly because I enjoy my freedom. I don't like rushing any project. I don't like rushing any single. Like I like everything happening organically when it's time to. And that's how I go about a lot of things in my life. So I want to stay that way, especially as me as an artist. Now, somebody else might be different. They might want a rush process, or they might want to pay, you know what I'm saying, millions of dollars back to the label. That might be something that you want to do or something like that. That's on you. But like me, as an artist, like I'm going to stay independent and I'm going to keep working my plan the same way I've been doing, owning my rights, talking to the PROs, making sure I'm owning all of my beats, linking with the right producers, not signing no deals. All right. So that being said, family, make sure with that being said, make sure y'all catch me on the next one. I'll see y'all soon. Be smooth.
Check out Season 2, the hit B.M.W. Trading Podcast by DSCO, every Wednesday on the HausHill Entertainment Networks. B.M.W. Trading Podcast helps you gain more financial literacy to a better life. Head over to www.HausHillEntertainment.com or download the free HausHill Entertainment app exclusively for iPhone and Android devices.